Hey, how y'all doing up out there? It's OGL, and this my top 5 reasons why Lego Star Wars sets are so expensive. It's gonna be a quick video, so comment, subscribe, and hit that like button. All right. My number one reason why Lego sets Star Wars are so expensive is the U.S. government. That's my number one reason. Now I know y'all thinking about what the hell is he talking about? What the U.S. government got to do with Lego Star Wars sets being so expensive? I'm gonna get back to that point in a minute, but remember, that's my number one reason. My number two reason and my third reason are basically the same. My number two reason is Lego is greedy. My number three reason is Star Wars are greedy. I feel like both of them are charging us a gratuity fee to pay their workers. I don't think they pay their workers. I think we pay their workers. I think they just charge us a gratuity fee that's built into the price. And that's my opinion, and I'm sticking with it. Don't care who don't like it, but that's just my opinion. My fourth reason is scammers and con orders. These are POSs. If you don't know what POS means, pieces of shit. Excuse my French, but scammers and con orders are the worst type of people in the world almost to me, if you ask me. What type of grown person steal Legos? Come on now, just think about it, bro. You grown as hell stealing Legos. What won't you do? And I know y'all love it like, well, they steal Legos. That don't mean they'll do serious. Man, if you steal Legos, to me, in my opinion, you a molested child. And that's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but bro, you stealing Legos. What type of person are you? And scamming. Go buy Legos, open them up, take something out and take it back, or take something out and sell it to somebody. Yeah, them type of people need they butts kicked. And if I ever catch somebody trying to scam somebody, I'm gonna do it. Trust and believe. Y'all gonna see me on the news. Be like, man murdered man stealing Legos. Real talk. Y'all too grown to be doing that shit. That's some little kid stuff. And don't get me wrong, I know we all did stuff that we're not proud of, but the stuff I did that I'm not proud of, I was a young man. I wasn't even a young man. I was a boy, a child, you can say. I remember it's only two things I recall stealing in life. The first time I ever stole something, I was with my mom. I was about 5 or 6, a boy, a child. And I stole some balloons. My mom got out the store and for some reason she looked at my jeans pocket. My pocket was this fat. And when I say I got my ass beat, I got my ass beat. Balls, dick, thighs, everything got hit with the belt. I'm not gonna even bullshit you. Sorry for my French, but I'm just being honest. Got the crap beat out of me. To this day, I do not go to the stores with my mama. To this day. And it's not because I'm gonna steal something, because I'm not a thief. I just don't go to the store with my mama no more. you know? And I recall stealing a yo-yo, an Omega yo-yo. Y'all know when Omega yo-yo first came out, them was the things. But again, I was 12, 13. Didn't know no better. But when I got home and got to thinking, because I always been a deep thinker, so when I got home and got to thinking, I was like, man, you dumb as hell. And I'm the first person to call myself stupid. Like I'm highly critical of myself, I'm highly critical of myself. So when I got home, I got to thinking, I'm like, so you mean to tell me you catch a bus an hour and something away from home to go to the mall, Northwest Plaza, because I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri. I caught a bus to go to Northwest Plaza. Anybody know, if you're from the city in St. Louis, how far Northwest Plaza is from the city, So I caught the bus to Northwest Plaza, me and my friends. My friends didn't even know what I was going there to do, And the crazy thing about it, I had money. That's the crazy thing about it. I had the money to pay for the yo-yo, but I didn't. I just swiped it. And it was one of the coolest yo-yos I ever had. I'm not gonna lie. But when I got home and got to thinking, I'm like, yeah, you went an hour and a half away from home just to steal a yo-yo. Yeah, you a special stupid. You a special type of stupid. This one, like, we didn't have cell phones, anything like that. Imagine if I would have got caught. Yeah, imagine what my mom would have did. Yeah, imagine what my mom would have did over a yo-yo. And I wasn't 4 or 5 like I was when I stole the balloons. I was 12 and 13. So imagine what would have happened. I probably would have got fist. I probably would have got knotted up. It probably wasn't gonna be no belt no more. But them the only 2 times I stole in life. And looking back on it now, it was stupid as hell. And the crazy thing about it, my grandfather owned a grocery store at 4879 Martin Luther King and Union. And I worked for my grandfather every day. When I say I worked for my grandfather every day, from sun come up to sun go down, I worked for him and he paid me $90 a day. No bullshit. This is in what? 96, 97, 98. You know what I'm saying? No bullshit. 96, 97, 98. So imagine getting paid $90 in the summertime because I work for my granddaddy every day. $90 a day. Every day. That's almost $700 a week. And I'm still in yo-yos. Yeah, I was a special stupid, but we all learn from our mistakes. But if you grown and you up out here still in, bruh, you had all the time in the world to learn from your mistakes. You just a POS. That's just it, plain and simple. And my fifth reason is drug heads. And you really can't blame them, but you can. You know what I'm saying? I know when y'all be going to like the Walmart's, Dollar Generals and stuff like that, and you see stuff behind, locked up and stuff, to where you can't get to it. Like, man, you mean to tell me I can't get to a Lego set because people, like grown people, and I ain't talking about little children, but like people about here stealing yo-yo sets. Lego sets. Not just Lego sets, they stealing Pokemon cards. As my grandma say, Pokemon cards. Like, man, and you really can't blame them, bro. Like number 5 and number 1 go hand in hand. Because if it wasn't for the U.S. government letting drugs into the country, then the druggies wouldn't be stealing for real. Some of them will be, because some of the druggie scammers too. But for the most part, them druggies only stealing to support their habit. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for drugs, they actually good people, good-hearted people. Most of them aren't. So comment, like, and subscribe. And tell me what y'all think of my top 5. Do y'all think I'm exaggerating? Do y'all think the U.S. government don't belong on this list? Do y'all think Star Wars and Lego charging us a built-in gratuity to pay their workers and to make their movies for free? Because if we fronting it, you know what I'm saying? Peace out, OGL.